Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to learn about Salesforce to Salesforce. So this is a very interesting topic and many people are not aware about this feature. So in this, basically if you're working on multiple orgs and you want to share data between each of them, then this feature is quite helpful. So in this video we are going to see the steps that is required to configure Salesforce to Salesforce, and we will also see how the data synchronization happen between the orgs. So let's jump into the content and see how does it work. So we came to our Salesforce org, and if you see, I have opened two different instances of Salesforce. So this is my first org and this is my second org. So let's say the first org will be our source org and the second one will be our target org. So to enable Salesforce to Salesforce, so we have to do some steps in our source org, and then we have to do similar kind of steps in our target org. So once we are done with the steps, we will be able to establish connection between them, and then we will be able to share information, basically share the data, and then we will see how does it will going to look. So before I go to the setup, I'll just let you know, like we need to do all the setups in our classic, because in Lightning setup page you won't be able to find that Salesforce to Salesforce connection tab basically. So that's why I need to go to classic, and there we need to do all the setups. If I go to setup, now here you need to type Salesforce to Salesforce. So you can see this Salesforce to Salesforce settings tabs come up here, and then when you click on this, so here I have already enabled for my organization, but when you come to this page, it will be in the form of disabled. You just need to enable it, and at that time when you are going to enable it, there you need to put the from email address, and this from email address can be any email address, but you can choose the email address from which the email will be sent to the basically the target person who has to do the connection from the target organization. And the name you can put it anything, but for me I have put whatever the source org is there, so I put that name here. So this is my from email address and from email name setups, and in the template you can choose the standard templates, or you are free to choose or basically create a new template, and you can also map it here. Just save it and you are done, and your Salesforce to Salesforce connection is enabled. Another thing to note here is that you also need to enable Salesforce to Salesforce in our target org. So that is also important, because you have to basically enable in both orgs. Now you need to specify for which object basically you have to do the connection. Okay, so those steps are performed in the connection tab. So for that, basically you need to go to this plus icon and find the connection tab, and if I go here and find the connection tab, okay, you can see this is the connection tab. So you need to go here, but basically when you're working in Salesforce to Salesforce, sometimes you might have encountered like this connections tab is not coming up. So there is one user permission that you need to enable. Once you have enabled that permission, then only this connection tab will come up. And there can be also situation where you want a particular user which is dedicated to do all this connection. So at that time also you can create a new permission set and assign that permission set to a new user or existing user, and that in that user you need to specify that user permission, which is manage connection user permission. So that permission needs to be there to that particular user, then only this connection tab will be coming up here. So I have already I'm a system admin, so I have already that permission, so I'm able to see this connection tab. But I'm quickly going to show you which is the permission I'm talking about. I'll go to permission set and I'll show you once. So I have created a dummy permission set. This is manage connection, and if I go to this system permission, so in system permission you can see manage connection. So this is the setting that you need to enable, then only that connection tab will coming up. So that is one thing. Now let me go back to the connection tab. So you might be able to enable this connection tab and put it up here in the front section. Okay, so once you're done, so then you can just click on this connection. So now you have basically two tabs coming up here, and you need to set up some of the things in these two tabs. So first thing that you need to do is you need to go to templates and you need to create a new template. So when you're creating this new template, basically you are specifying which object that you want to share and which all fields that you want to share. That thing we are specifying in this template. So that is the basically work of this template. So I'll go and create a new template here. I'll put it test3, and then for sharing contact we will be creating this template, and then just mark it active. So once you are done this, for this you can go back to templates, and then after this you need to go and click edit, or maybe you can just save and add object. You can also click this one. Now here you need to specify which object that you want to share. You can say multiple object, but I will share only contact here. I'll go and save it. Now once you have this contact, you can click on edit. Now you need to choose which all field you want to share. So I'll just choose all these fields because I want all this field information to be shared with the target org. That's why I'm specifying all this information. Okay, mobile phone, home phone, city, all the information I want. So I'll just put it this one. Okay, so I think that's all. That's all information maybe I want to share. I'll just choose this and then I'll save it. So once you are done with this, so basically you have specified your object name, you have specified all the fields that you want to share. Now you can go back to the templates and you can go to the connection tab. Now here you need to establish the connection between your source and target org. Now once you click on new, so here you need to specify which contact you want to choose, to whom the email will be sent, and then once the email will be sent to that user, so that user will see that email and then establish a connection back from target to source. So I will first create a contact. Let me go here and click on new. I'll put here SFDC Salesforce 1 nugget 1, and then the account I'll put this one, and then title Salesforce nugget. Okay, lead source web, email I'll put the another email. Okay, so this is the email to whom our invite will be sent. Okay, and then the language, just put anything and let me save it. So there is a duplicate contact coming up here. You need to save and ignore. Okay, now this record has been created here, and then I'll go back to our connection tab. Okay, now here if I choose here, you can see Salesforce 1 nugget 1 will coming up here. So you might encounter a situation where you go to contact and you open this lookup and you won't be able to see any contact here. So that happens mostly because you might have the contact, but the email will not be there. So at that time that contact doesn't come up here. So you need to either edit any contact and put the email there and then save it again, then only the contact will be visible here. So that's one thing, because I have encountered that situation when I was establishing the connection for the first time. So I just let you know. And then you can choose a template. So template is basically the test3 which I have created, as you know. Now I'll just click on save and send invite. Okay, email. Now I've received this, the third one. I think this is the latest. So let me click on this. Now here you need to specify the username, the password for the target org. So let me, so I have already specified. Let me just log in. So once you log in, you will be able to see this screen where you have 3 buttons, either accept, decline, or decide it later. So let me accept the connection request. So once you click on accept, you will be able to connect with your source org. Now here, your connection is now activated, but you need to publish the the objects and the fields are already published, and now you need to subscribe to that published object and the fields basically you want to receive. So when I click on this subscribe, so here you need to choose contact, and then you can choose auto accept and click on save. So once you have done that, you need to, again you can click on edit, and then you can just click on auto map fields. So once you have done that, you can see all the fields have been automatically mapped to that particular field, and some fields which are not mapped, there might be like this field not available in our so here the account ID is not matched because obviously it's a lookup field, and you can map it to a text field, a lookup field into a text field, but since the lookup field will have the ID and that ID will not be present in the target org, so that's why it is selected as none, but you can match the lookup field to a text field. So now you can just click on save. That's done. And now your objects is subscribed and your connection is established. So now I'll go to contact. Now this is my target org, so let me put it here. This is the target and this is my source, and if I go to contact, now let me create a new contact and see if the information is getting synchronized or not. Now click on this, hello world, and then the lead source, title SFDC, and then language, okay, and then this is test record level, okay, street XYZ, India. I'm not sure if I have put this field to be synchronized or not. For mobile, I remember I have put this, so I'll put some value here. Home phone also I'll put some value here. Email ID also put some value here. Let me put test. Now let me go and save it. That's done. So from source org we have basically created this contact, and let me go to the target org and see if that record has come up here or not. Not now, because we have missed one step. Now what we need to do is we need to go to contact and then click on go, and then we need to forward the connection. So once you forward the connection, then only you will be able to share the information. So let me click on 200, and what was the name? It was hello world. Mr. Hello World, I guess. Okay, so cancel. You can put world hello on W. So this is the one. I'll choose this and then forward this to connection. So which is the connection? So the connection that I have recently created, the which is send self, and then I'll just save it. So once you are done, okay, then you can go to the target org and then you can refresh it or maybe you can go recently viewed contacts. No, it won't come up here. We can go new this week. Okay, I'll just refresh once more and you see the contact came up here with all the information that I have populated: phone number, email, mailing address, where, and then description. This is a test record. So yes, the information is flowing from source to target org. And now if we do some modification in the source org, we should be able to see that information as well here. Now in the mobile phone, I'll start it from 8 so that we know, like previously it was starting from 7 and now it has from 8, and let me save it and see if that is reflecting back here or not. I'll just refresh it, refresh again. So this might take a little bit time because the connection is established, the data that will flow. So Salesforce doesn't guarantee when the information will come up, but it will come up, but we don't know exactly at what time. So that is managed by Salesforce, but surely whatever information that is updated from the source org, that will be going to come up here in the target org. I think pretty much for today's video, and we will come up with some new topic in the next video. So please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching my video.